Hello, beautiful one. Today I'm going to speak to you about a new mind. A new mind, like you wear a new cloth, and the same way you need a new mind to understand the new thing. Jesus Christ has said that we cannot pour the new wine into the old wine skin or into the old bottle of the wine because it is going to defile it. And the same way, we have many experiences of our life that is not so good. There are many people who had read very good books in their life, but the experiences of life were such that they they get trouble or defeat or failure. So our mind is worn out, and in this worn out state, we cannot patch it up with new idea. Like Jesus said that on the old clothes, old shirt or coat, you cannot use a new cloth as a sticker because it is going to tear it apart. So you need a new mind for something new in your life. And that's why I'm going to share with you one divine and beautiful and the quickest concept of meditation. If you understand this, your life will change forever, for good. The concept, the contemplation that I'm going to share with you is this, that there is a way out of all the trouble of our life, and this way is within yourself. Jesus says that He's the way, and He, who He is, He's the person who loves you. This consciousness, if you don't believe in Jesus, it's okay, but you are going to believe in this consciousness of love that is flowing towards you. Know it, that it is within you, and this is the way by which you can attain this new reality of your life that you want to attain or manifest. Actually, when we think of ourselves, who are you? Then what we think is this, that we think something that is this body. We are unable to think of ourselves as the spirit. And I'm going to speak of this mind of you that is a spirit. And when you think of God, what you think of Jesus, a person with a body. You don't just think of some spirit. Entire life of Jesus, of a person who is eating, walking, comes in our mind. So when we think of God, also we think of the body, where we are the body. And all the trouble of life comes to this body. It is the body that gets crucified. The spirit cannot be crucified. The spirit is living, is always awakened, and it rises back. So I want to lead you to a state of meditation where you need some training, and the training begins with the body, because we have this body consciousness, and breathing trains our body, and by breathing we get into this harmonious condition, and or a state of being. The object of the breathing exercise is to attain this meditation and concentration. And there are so many different kinds of meditation here. My favorite one is that I concentrate on some music or some moment of love or good moments of my life where I can feel this thankfulness. Sometimes feeling this thankfulness I reach to this state of meditation and concentration. But for you, any breathing that you can trust is something that if you can get this absolutely still state of mind for even one moment, then you have reached the goal. The mind go on working after that, but it will never be the same mind again. You will know yourself as you are, that you are true self, because even for one moment if you attain this stillness of mind, either by praying, either by listening to some music, or by breathing exercise, if you can find this stillness, then you get the glimpse of the spirit still of stilling the mind, but for even for one moment, and the truth of our real nature will flash upon you. The freedom is at hand. Then there is no more any bondage. this follows from the theory that if you can know an instant of time, you know all the time, as the whole is the rapid succession of the one. It is a one that is expanded into all, because master of the one know thoroughly one instant, and the freedom is reached. Understand it in this way, that in a ocean or in a sea there are many waves, and to cross the ocean you have to cross all the waves. But if you want to dive within the ocean, go to any wave and dive into it. The moment you dive into it, you reach to the base of the ocean, and then you find the pearls and different kind of jewel there. So when you meditate, even for one moment, you can attain this stillness by any method. Then you get this glimpse, and now it's up to you to dive into it and bring this real nature of you, this love that is always flowing into you, that you are being loved. All religion believes in God, and there are religion like Buddhism, etc., that doesn't believe in the God and the soul. But modern Buddhists believe in God and the soul in their own way. But with Jesus, you find this God, that the life of Jesus is absolute meditation. Even one day, everything that he is doing for the God. If you see Jesus, you see the God. That's why Jesus says, whoever seen me has seen the Father. Because he is not doing anything of his own will. He is doing the will of his Father. Like I ask you to buy me one rose, and I give you money. You go and you buy one rose, and you give the money that I have given to you. Then you bring this rose to me. So you see that you are doing, if somebody has given you a rose, the rose is given to me, because you are doing my work. The same way, what Jesus is saying, what Jesus is doing the work of the Father, of the God. So if you contemplate even one moment on the life of the Christ, you see what God is doing. He is coming with his money, with the money that he gets from the Father, and he buys a rose from you, and when you give rose to him, this rose reaches to the Father. So what you give to Jesus, it goes to God, and what God has given to Jesus reaches to you. So there are many, we also live our life, but we are living for ourselves. So this is something that we can contemplate from the Christ. But in our own self, when we contemplate, if we contemplate even one moment of just us, then we dive within, and then we see that, and then we see ourselves. Okay, thank you so much for listening to these words with so much of love. May God bless.